Very good morning to you all once again. So, we are in Engineering Physics 2, second semester. I hope that Friday we are going to write our CAT2 examination. So, for CAT2 examination, we have to complete the subject syllabus. So, we are going to see unit number 4. Unit number 4 is crystal physics. So here you can able to see the content topics which we are going to see here in crystal physics. First, basically the introduction. Second, we are having a small derivation. It's called Miller-Indice, D spacing in cubic lattice. So these D spacing in cubic lattice is nothing but distance between the two atoms, intermediate distance, interplanar distance. We have to measure the intermediate or the distance between the two atoms. So for that we are using this Miller-Indice. Then we are going to see different types of crystal structures. So here, as per our assigned syllabus, we are having 3 different types of crystal structures. First one is a simple cubic. In short form, we have written here as a SC. Second, body-centered cubic crystal, that is BCC, and a face-centered cubic crystal, FCC. The last content is an application part. So you can browse on your own and you can write the assignment and you have to submit it. So these are all the topics which we are going to consider from this unit number 4, crystal physics. So first, we have to know what is this crystal physics. So where we are applying this crystal physics, what is its objective? So basically, we can say that the crystal physics is a crystallography. Crystallography means is a branch of physics, deals with the study of all possible types of crystals and their physical properties. So where we are using these crystals? So we are using these crystals in domestic, in commercial purposes for a lighting device. Light device, we are using this crystal. So nowadays we can able to see different types of the lights, the colors. So everything is made from these crystals. So these crystals is also used in the ultrasound detectors. So we are using these in the piezoelectric oscillator. So in piezoelectric oscillator, in the generation of the ultrasonic waves, we are using a crystal. That crystal is called as a quartz crystal. So the crystal is in a main application in both the commercial and in the domestic part. So let's see what is this crystal. So here we are going to classify the crystal into 2 types. The classifications are crystalline crystals and amorphous crystals. So these classification, crystalline crystals and amorphous crystals, are based on the orientation of the atoms, based on the arrangement of the atoms. See here we can able to see the 3 structures. First one is a crystalline, second one is a polycrystalline, and the third one is the amorphous. So basically we are having 2, regular, irregular. Regular are called as crystalline solids, irregular are called as amorphous solids. See, we can able to distinguish the difference here from this figure. Crystalline, we can see that the atoms are oriented in the regularized manner. See, all the atoms are oriented in the regularized manner. Not only the orientation, but also the size. So the size of the atom is also a common one. So when the atoms are oriented in the regularized manner, when we are having a single type of an atom, when the shape and the size of an atom is not a variable, then such type of a crystal are called as a pure crystal, crystalline crystal. Amorphous means just opposite to the crystallinity. See here, the atoms are not oriented in the regularized manner that we can able to see here. We are having vacant space. We are having a large of vacant space here. See here, the space is more. Here the space is very less. Here the space is very huge. So here also the space is very huge. So when the atoms are oriented in an irregular manner, and also a lot of vacant site is there, then such type of crystals are called as an amorphous crystal, or such type of solid are called as an amorphous solids. Polycrystalline means more numbers, not only the single. Here we are having more numbers. See here, we can able to see we are having three different types of the structures. That is three different regions. So these will be the first one, these will be the second one, and these one will be the third one. So here we are having three different layers, but in these three different layers, the atoms are oriented in the regularized manner. The atoms are not oriented in the irregular way. The atoms are oriented in the regularized way. So these only we are going to study in our unit. So we are going to consider a crystalline material, and we are going to study how the atoms are oriented, and how much of vacant space is there, and how much of atoms are occupied in the structure. So we are going to consider a crystal structure in which we are going to study the presence of the atom. Presence is nothing but an availability. How much of numbers is going to be available in that crystal structure, and how much of a vacant space is created in that crystal structure. So these we are going to study in this unit. So we know that the crystalline and the amorphous. Crystalline means the atoms are arranged in the orderly way, regularized manner. So whether the structure is in a single dimensional structure, or the structure is in a two-dimensional structure, or the structure is in a three-dimensional structure. So we know we are having just three different types of the dimensions: 1, 2, 3. 1 means a single direction, 2 means a double direction, axis x and y. 3 dimension means we are going to consider the three directions, x, y, and z. So in these dimensions, when the atoms are oriented in the regularized manner, then such type of a structure, or such type of a solid, or such type of a crystal are called as a crystalline crystal, pure crystal. Amorphous means just opposite to the crystallinity. The atoms are not oriented in the regularized manner, as we have seen in this previous structure. The atoms are not oriented in the regularized manner. Then such type of a crystal structure are called as an amorphous crystal structure. Example for the amorphous, we can consider glass, plastics, and rubber. For the crystallinity, we can consider metallic crystals, copper, aluminium, magnesium, etc. So this is an important parameter. What we are going to write for a CATO examination, so that I have started here. Crystal structure, parameters to study the crystal structure. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. So crystal structure, we can able to see here from this slide. We are going to consider three different crystal structure: simple cubic, body centered, face centered. See here, these three different crystal structure are on a cubic structure: simple cubic, body centered cubic, face centered cubic. So we are taken a cubic structure here. In that, we are going to give the variation. We are going to study the variation. So we can say that we are going to consider a primitive and a non-primitive structure. What is this primitive and non-primitive? Primitive means a structure made of a single atom, a structure made of only one type of atom. It's called a primitive. Non-primitive means a structure made of two different types of atoms. For example, A atom and the B atom. When a structure consisting of only a A atom, only a one type of atom, such type of a crystal structure are called as primitive crystal structure. Example, simple cubic. Non-primitive crystal structure means the structure made of more than one atom. That is, a structure contains a atom, and also the structure contains, in addition to that A, for example, a B atom or a C atom. So when the structure consisting of more than one atom, then that such type of structures are called as non-primitive structure. Example, BCC and FCC. So these only we are going to study here. How we are going to study these three different types of the crystal structures. The crystal structure is going to be studied based on these parameters. The parameters are number of atoms per unit cell, atomic radius, coordination number, atomic packing factor. So we are going to consider only these four important parameters. If you know these four important parameters, then this question will be the easiest one for you all. If you know how to solve this simple cubic structure, then from that simple cubic structure, you can go for a BCC. And similarly, you can evaluate the FCC crystal structure. So to evaluate the crystal structure, these four parameters are very, very important. Number of atoms per unit cell, atomic radius, coordination number, atomic packing factor. So let's see the parameters one by one. The first parameter here is number of atoms per unit cell. So we have to know what is this number of atoms per unit cell. Because based on these four parameters only, we are going to find the conclusion. How much of atoms are occupied in this simple cubic structure, and how much vacant site is created in that simple cubic structure. So the parameter first is a number of atoms per unit cell. It is defined as the total number of atom present in. So how much of atom is present in the structure? Whether we are having a single type of atom or a double type of atom, that is important. The number of atoms present in or shared by that unit cell. So the number is, for example, we are going to consider only one type of atom means how that atom is contribute with the adjacent structure. How the atoms is contribute with the adjacent unit cell. How the atoms is going to share with the other unit cell. So this is the number of atoms per unit cell. So the number of atoms per unit cell means we have to consider two things. One is the present. Present is nothing but type. How many type of atom we are having only one type of atom, and that one type of atom, how it's going to contribute with the other unit cell, how it's going to share with the adjacent unit cell. It's called as number of atoms per unit cell. The second one is an atomic radius. Atomic radius is defined as half of the distance between two nearest atoms. Half of the distance between two nearest atoms which have direct contact with each other. So this point is very important. Just like that, we are not going to measure the atomic radius. So to measure the atomic radius, we have to consider two atoms, any two atoms from the structure. The two atoms are to be shared with each other. The two atoms have a contact with each other. So then only we can able to measure the atomic radius. So the atomic radius means half of the distance between any two nearest neighboring atom which have the direct contact with each other. The third parameter is coordination number. It is defined as the number of nearest neighboring atoms to the particular atom. See, the coordination number is also a very simple parameter. How we are going to measure this coordination number? Coordination number is nothing but we have to consider any one atom as our reference. For that reference atom, we have to search for the nearest neighbors. The nearest neighbors is nothing but the atoms which is very close to that reference atom. So we are going to consider one atom. For that particular atom, what are the nearest neighbors? What are the just closest neighbors, closest atoms to that particular reference atom? So we are going to count that number and we are going to write as a coordination number. And the final parameter is atomic packing factor. So this atomic packing factor are called as a packing density, or called as a density of packing. So this atomic packing factor is a base parameter, because from these parameter only we are going to measure the availability. We are going to measure the presence of the atoms in the structure. How much of numbers are present in the structure and how much a vacant site is created in the structure. So that is measured from this parameter, atomic packing factor. So let's see one by one. So these 4 parameters are very important parameters here in the crystal structure. In the question paper, if for example, if you are going to write about the simple cubic structure, so before going to the simple cubic structure, first you have to know what are the parameters, because these 4 parameters only the basic parameters to define the crystal structure. So you are going to write these 4 parameters. So if you are ready to write these 4 parameters, then definitely you get 8 marks. So out of 14, or you get a 4 or 6 marks out of 14. So the atomic packing factor here. So the atomic packing factor is nothing but we have taken this as a formula, because based on this atomic packing factor only we are going to measure the final result, availability. See, the atomic packing factor is equal to total volume occupied by atoms in the unit cell divided by total volume of the unit cell, small v by capital V. So this small v by capital V further expanded into that small v is the total number of atoms per unit cell into volume of one atom. Total number of atoms per unit cell is the first parameter. Volume of one atom. So here the structure is in a cubical structure. Atom is a sphere. So the atom here, we have considering this atom as a sphere. We are imagining that atom as a sphere. So the volume of sphere, as we know, that 4 by 3 pi r cube. So the volume of one atom is in a constant here, 4 by 3 pi r cube, divided by total volume of the unit cell. The total volume of the unit cell, the structure is in a cubical structure. So for the cubical structure, as we know that the length, breadth, height is common. The value is going to be the same. So the total volume of a unit cell, capital V, is equal to, we can write it as A cube, because A into A into A, finally it became as A cube. So from this formula, atomic packing factor, volume of one atom is constant, 4 by 3 pi r cube, and the total volume of a unit cell is also a constant. Capital V is equal to A cube. So the value which we are going to measure here, it's a number of atoms per unit cell. So this is the formula. So I will stop up to this. If you have any doubt, you can raise it. Then I will proceed the crystal structure. Any doubt? Any doubt?
Sir, atomic radius.
Yeah, atomic radius. Good. See, the atomic radius. Actually, here I have defined only the definition. but I never explained it, how we are going to measure this. But only one thing we have to just observe in our mind. Atomic radius means half of the distance. Half of the distance between two atoms. As we know that half of the distance between two atoms is nothing but in a radius. Radius. So we are going to measure the radius of the two atoms. So for the first atom is R, for the second atom is also an R. So the half of the distance between the two atoms is nothing but in a 2R. So we are going to consider any two atom. Any two atom means the lattice side. The lattice side. That side is nothing but defined as a symbol A. So A is equal to 2R. That only we have defined here. Half of the distance between any two atom which have direct contact with each other. So I will explain these atomic radius in simple cubic structure in more detail. So that time you can able to understand this in atomic radius clearly. Anuraj.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. I will start defining the parameters. That time you can able to know it. So what is that? So basic parameters are 4. So that basic parameters I have shown here. So if you are clear with this parameter, then you can start deriving the structure. If you know this, then you can start doing it. So let's start with the first crystal structure, a simple cubic structure. Simple cubic. So from the name itself, it is shown that it is a simple form of a structure. How we are saying that this is as a simple form of a structure? Because material or a crystal structure, it contains only a one type of atom, that is a corner atom. So here we can able to see the two structures here. I have taken two structures. So these be the first structure. So these be the second structure. So from these structures, I have considered the front portion, that is A, B, C, and D, that we can able to see here. See the A, B, C, D. So A is an atom, one atom. B is also another one atom. C is also another one atom, and D is also another one atom. So the simple cubic structure means we are going to consider only one type of atom, that is corner atom. So we are having the atoms here at the corners. So from the structure, you can able to see that the atoms are at the corner. So specifically, we are having only one type of atom, that is a corner atom. So this corner atom is located at 8 corners of the unit cell, that we can able to see here. The corner atoms are located at the 8 corners of the unit cell. So how you have to present your presentation? How you have to write in the examination? Suppose the question is asked, find the parameters for the simple cubic structure, namely number of atoms per unit cell, coordination number, atomic radius, atomic packing factor. So when you are going to start writing this simple cubic structure, first you have to start with this content. In simple cubic crystal structure, a unit cell, we are not going to consider an entire structure. We are going to consider a block. We are going to consider a small region. For that small region, we are going to measure the parameter. So that parameter will define the total crystal structure. So that's why we are starting like this. In simple cubic crystal structure, a unit cell consisting of only one type of atom, that is corner atom. There are 8 corners in simple cubic unit cell. So each corner atom is located at 8 corners of the unit cell. So these 3 points are very important as a starting parameter. So we have taken a crystal structure. The crystal structure consisting of only one type of atom, that is a corner atom. Here we are having 8 corners in the unit cell. 8 corners in the unit cell. So each corner occupied one atom. So the first parameter, we are going to evaluate this crystal structure. So to evaluate this crystal structure, we are going to consider 4 parameters. As we know that the first parameter is number of atoms per unit cell. The second parameter is coordination number. The third parameter is atomic radius. The fourth parameter is atomic packing factor. So if we know these are four parameters, then only we can able to give the conclusion for the crystal structure, whatever we have considered. So here the first parameter to evaluate the simple cubic structure, to study the simple cubic structure, is the number of atoms per unit cell. So we know the definition. The number of atom present in or shared by the unit cell. We know that in simple cubic structure or in simple cubic unit cell, the atom occupies only the corners. So we are having a totally 8 corner atoms. Each corner atom shared with the each corner atom shared with the 8 adjacent unit cell. See, we can able to see here the structure. I have taken the structure here. This will be the total structure. So from this total structure, I have considered a unit cell. So that unit cell which is shown in the shaded portion, that you can able to see here, a shaded portion. So this shaded portion is nothing but a unit cell, a single unit. I have mentioned here that a unit also, unit cell. So from that unit cell, we are going to consider one atom as a reference. That is, I am going to consider this atom X. So this X atom is taken from this unit, specific unit, particular unit. So we know that this unit cell which was shown in the shaded line, this unit consisting of 8 atoms. So we can able to see that 8 atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have taken a single unit, that unit containing 8 corner atoms. From that unit, I am going to consider any one atom. For example, I am going to consider this atom that I have mentioned here as an X. So this X atom, how it contributes with the other unit cell. See, this X atom is shared with the second unit cell, that we can able to see here. This X atom is shared with the second unit cell. So this X atom is shared with the third unit cell. This X atom is shared with the fourth unit cell. So on the adjacent side, if we are just to study the structure in a 3-dimensional view, we can able to say that this X atom is shared with the fifth unit cell. X atom is shared with the sixth unit cell. The X atom is shared with seventh unit cell. And this X atom is shared with the 8th unit cell. So in a simple cubic structure, if we are considering a unit cell, that unit cell contains an 8 corner atom. So each corner atom contributes with the 8 adjacent unit cell. For example, instead of this, if I am going to consider this atom as an X, so this atom X is contributes with the 8 adjacent unit cell. So that's why we are writing this as N is equal to, N is the total number of atom per unit cell. Number of atom present in. So in an unit cell, we are having a totally 8 corner atom. Number of atom present in unit cell, 8 corner atom. Contribution or shared by the unit cell, present in or shared. So if you are going to consider in a particular atom, that is X atom, that X atom is contributes with the 8 adjacent unit cell. So the contribution is 1 by 8. Therefore, we can say that N is equal to 1 atom. For a simple cubic structure, the first parameter, the number of atoms per unit cell, is N is equal to 1 atom. So any doubt? Any doubt in this first parameter? Any doubt? Am I audible?
No, sir, no doubt, sir.
Yeah, okay, ma. Okay. So this is a way. If you are going to study the second crystal structure, BCC, if you are going to study the third crystal structure, FCC, the procedure is same. In simple cubic structure, we are having only a one type of atom, that is corner atom. That's why it's called as a primitive cell. Primitive means a medium consisting of only one type of atom. Here we can say that only the corner atoms, not the additional atom. So the corner atom is 8 in a unit cell. If we are going to consider one atom, any corner atom, that corner atom contributes with the 8 adjacent unit cell. So the parameter is n is equal to 8. 8 is the number into 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is the contribution, sharing. So n is equal to 1 atom. So we measured the first parameter. N is equal to 1 atom. The second parameter is a coordination number. Definition for the coordination number is number of nearest neighboring atom to that of a particular atom, say reference atom. So here also we are going to consider a structure. See the structure. I have taken a simple cubic crystal structure here. So from the structure, we can able to see only the corner atoms, not any additional atom is there. Only we have taken a corner atom. So from the structure, I am going to consider one atom as a reference atom, say X. So I have taken this X as a reference atom. See, for this reference atom, we have to search the nearest neighbor. We have to search the nearest neighbor. So the nearest neighbors are, if you are going to consider this atom X as your reference, for that reference atom, we are having 4 nearest neighbor. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are having 4 nearest neighbor on its own plane. We are having 4 nearest neighbor atom on its own plane. See, we are having that 4 atom in its own plane. That only I have mentioned here as a first parameter for the coordination number. 4 atom on its own plane. For this reference atom X, the nearest neighbor is also another one atom. That atom is above that plane that we have mentioned here as a 6. For this reference atom X, we are having another one nearest neighbor atom which was below the plane that we have mentioned here as a 5. So the total number of the coordination atoms, the total coordination atoms for this reference atom X is 6. That we can see here in this second structure. See, the X is in a reference atom. We can consider any atom. I have taken this as a reference atom X. So for this X, the nearest neighbor 1, 2, 3, 4 in its own plane, one atom below the plane and one atom just above the plane. So these atoms are only the nearest neighbor to that particular atom X. So we can write that the coordination number for the simple cubic structure is Cn is equal to 4 on its own plane, 1 below the plane plus 1 above the plane. So the total number is 6. So this will be the second parameter. The first parameter is the number of atoms per unit cell. Number of atoms per unit cell means number of atoms present in and sharing. The present in an unit cell, we are having totally the 8 corner atom. So the 8. From that 8 corner atom, we have to consider one atom and we have to study how the atom is going to be contribute with the adjacent structure. So here that particular corner atom, it contributes with the 8 adjacent unit cell. That's why we are writing as 1 by 8. So 8 into 1 by 8 is equal to 1. For the coordination number, from the crystal structure, we are going to consider one atom as a reference atom, say X. For the reference atom X, we have to search for the nearest neighbor, the atom which is very close to that X. So here from the simple cubic structure, we are having 4 atoms on its own plane, 1, 2, 3, 4. One atom just below the plane and one atom just above the plane. So the coordination number becomes 4 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 6. That only we have just defined here as a definition. Number of nearest neighboring atoms to that of a particular atom. That particular atom is nothing but here the X atom. So for that X atom, 4 on its own plane, 1 just below the plane, and 1 just above the plane. So the Cn is equal to 6. So the second parameter is 6. We measured so far 2 parameters. N is equal to 1, Cn is equal to 6. So you have to memorize these data also. So the second parameter is 6. The third parameter here is an atomic radius. Andraj, you can just observe this clearly. So the atomic radius, half of the distance between two nearest neighboring atoms. Half of the distance between two nearest neighboring atoms which have the direct contact with each other. That atom should have the direct contact with each other. In simple cubic structure, the structure is very simple. So directly we can measure. But for BCC and but for FCC, the structure, the atomic radius value is complicated. That we can see there in the slide also. That I will explain in later. So here, half of the distance between two nearest neighboring atoms which have a direct contact with each other. So to find the atomic radius, I am going to consider this crystal structure. You can able to see that first structure. So this first structure is the main structure. So here we have considered only the corner atoms. So from this structure, I am going to consider the first portion. That is, I am going to consider the front view. Front view, A, B, C, D. So the A, B, C, D. So in the front view, we can able to see that we are having 4 atoms. So out of these 4 atoms, from these 4 atoms, we can consider any two atom that should be in a direct contact with each other. You can consider A and B, or you can consider C, D, or you can consider AD, or you can consider BC. So it's your wish. But to define the atomic radius, I have taken A and B. I have taken A and B. So I have taken these atoms, A atom and the B atom. So the two nearest neighboring atom, I have taken two nearest neighboring atom. These are two nearest neighboring atom having a direct contact. That you can able to see that the atom A is a touch with the atom B. The atom A touches with the atom B. So half of the distance we have to consider from these two atoms. So the half of the distance is nothing but for the A atom, the half of the distance is R. For the B atom, the half of the distance is R. So these R, that is 2R. So these 2R is nothing but from the structure, we can say that it is in a side of the crystal structure. So that side is nothing but given by the symbol A. So the A is the side of the units. So therefore we can write that from this figure, the atomic radius for a simple cubic structure A, B. So R, that is a 2R. So 2R is equal to A. So here A is the side. A is the side that I have shown here, A. The A is shown in the second figure. You can able to see that. Not only for AB, the side is A. If you are going to consider A and D, the side is also A. If you are going to consider CD or DC, the side is A. If you are going to consider BC, the side is A. Because the structure is in a cubical structure. So for the cubical structure, the length, breadth, height, it should be the same one. The parameter, the length and the axis, it should be the same. So that's why we are writing the same value for all the sides here in the cubic structure. So from the structure, we are measuring the atomic radius. The atomic radius for the simple cubic structure is given by 2R. So this 2R is taken from A and B, half of the distance, is equal to A. A is the side. So from this we can write R is equal to A by 2. R is equal to A by 2. So far we measured the three parameters, N, Cn, R. Can anyone say this three parameter? What is N? Let's say the value. What is the value for N? What will be the value for N?
Number of atom in a unit cell.
Okay, what its value? What we measured? N is
8.
equal to
1.
1. Very good. N is equal to 1. So you have to remember this value in your mind. Whenever you are writing your examination, after receiving the answer script, see the question paper. After seeing the question paper, so in your answer script, you are having a rough page. At last, you are having a rough page. So in that rough page, what you have to do, you have to write the parameters first. N is equal to 1. R is equal to A by 2. Cn is equal to 6. Because if you know the parameter, then you can just complete the crystal structure by writing this definition and by drawing the structure. So these two is enough. If you know the definition and if you know the structure, from the structure and from the definition, you can directly write the result. You can directly write the result. So no one will ask you why you have written that directly. Because as an examiner, they will consider only the structure. They will see that definition, whether the definition is right or not, the presentation is correct or not. And then they will check the parameter. N is equal to 1, correct. Cn is equal to 6, correct. R is equal to A by 2, correct. So this is a way. What I have shown here from this PPT, so you can present by the same way also in your examination. So the third parameter is an atomic radius. R is equal to A by 2. See, to define the crystal structure, to evaluate the crystal structure, we have to know these three basic parameters. We have to know the value of N, we have to know the value of Cn, and we have to know the value of R. Because without these three parameters, we can't conclude this concept. We can't say that this much of atom is occupied in the unit cell. So this much of atoms are vacant in the unit cell. So to define the availability, we have to know these three parameters. So let's see these three parameters again. The first parameter, number of atoms per unit cell. So we are having a structure, total structure of a crystal. From this crystal structure, we have taken a unit cell that we can able to see here in the shaded portion. So the shaded portion contains of 8 atoms. The shaded portion contains only 8 atoms. That 8 atoms are the corner atoms. If you are going to consider any one atom as your reference, that atom is contributes with the 8 adjacent unit cell. So the number is N is equal to 8 into 1 by 8. Therefore, N is equal to 1 atom. The second parameter is coordination number. Number of nearest neighboring atom to the particular atom. Nearest neighboring atom to the particular atom. So from the structure, I have taken that red atom. I have considered as a red. So this red is nothing but a reference. It's also a corner atom. For this corner atom, X atom, the nearest neighbor. So we are having 4 nearest neighbor atom on its own plane, 1 atom below the plane, and 1 atom just above the plane. That only we have shown here separately. So the coordination number is 6. 4 plus 1 plus 1. Atomic radius. Half of the distance between any two nearest atom which have a direct contact with each other. That should have the direct contact with each other. So to define the atomic radius, I have taken 2 atoms, A atom and the B atom. That A atom and B atom are having direct contact with each other. Half of the distance, R and R. So 2R is equal to A. A is the side. So 2R is equal to A. So from this R is equal to A by 2. So these are parameters, 3 parameters. The last parameter is the atomic packing factor or atomic packing density, or we can say as a packing density. Packing density or atomic packing factor is a total number of atoms per unit cell. See, from this formula, the total number of atoms per unit cell is here is what the value for total number of atom per unit cell? For a simple cubic structure, what the value of n? Anyone?
1.
1, good. So we have know the value of first parameter. First thing, total number of atoms per unit cell is 1 into volume of one atom. So the volume of one atom, here the volume of one atom is nothing but volume of sphere. We know the formula. The formula for volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So from this atomic packing factor, the first parameter is n, the second one is a constant term 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by volume of the unit cell. So the volume of the unit cell is a cube. The unit cell is not on a rectangle. The unit cell is not an hexagonal. The unit cell is not a triangle. Unit cell is not a triclinic, monoclinic. So the unit cell is a cube. So for the cube, capital V is equal to A cube. Because the length, breadth, height, all should be the equal one. So we are considering the side as an A. The side of the unit cell, it's considered as an A. So the total value is nothing but A cube. So all the data are unknown. The number of atoms is 1. The volume of one atom is 4 by 3 pi r cube. The volume of the unit cell is V, capital V is equal to A cube. So let's see how we are going to measure the total number, how we are going to evaluate the structure. See here, to calculate the atomic packing factor for simple cubic structure, consider the obtained parameters of a simple cubic structure and apply in the above term. I have shown the formula. So we are going to apply the data which we have obtained, which we are known, which are constant, that we are going to apply in this formula APF. So the number of atoms per unit cell is 1. We measured it. 8 into 1 by 8 is nothing but 1. Volume of one atom. Atom considered as sphere. So 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of the unit cell. V is equal to E cube. So we know that R is the radius. We are having the value of R. R is equal to A by 2. So we are going to substitute the values here. Let's see. Atomic packing factor is equal to 1. 1 is number of atoms per unit cell into 4 by 3 pi r cube, volume of a sphere, divided by A cube, volume of the unit cell. So here R is equal to A by 2. So next what I am going to do, I am going to just substitute the value of R in the condition. So 1 into 4 by 3 pi into A by 2 the whole cube divided by A cube. So we are further simplifying the term. 1 into 4 by 3 pi A cube by 8 divided by A cube. Cancellation. A cube getting cancelled. So 8, 4 getting cancelled. So totally we are having pi divided by 3 into 2. So that is pi by 6. So this is a pi by 6. On further solving, we obtain APF is equal to 0.54. So this is 0.54 is the conclusion. So this is 0.54 is our result. So what we are going to learn from this atomic packing factor, what we are going to conclude from this value 0.54. So this is 0.54 is nothing but 54% of the atoms are occupied in the unit cell. 54% only is occupied in the simple cubic structure because we are having only the corner atoms. There is no any additional atom other than the corner atom. So it's nearly the 50%. So 54% of the atom is occupied in the unit cell. The remaining 46% is vacant. So the 46% space is empty. 46 vacant space we are having there. So the 46% of the atoms are not available in the simple cubic structure. We are having only 54% of the atoms occupied in the unit cell. So this is the conclusion. So this is a way you have to represent it. After writing the conclusion, so you have to draw the table which I have shown here. So serial number, parameters, value. So what you have obtained from the parameters, so that you have to write it here as the final conclusion result. The number of atoms per unit cell is equal to value is 1. Coordination number, the value is 6. Atomic radius, the value is A/2. Atomic packing factor, the value is 0.54 or 54%. So this be the final conclusion for the simple cubic structure. So I would like to stop up to this because not able to proceed further. If you have any doubt, you can ask your doubt now. Do you have any doubt? So if you know this parameter, then you can go for this other structures also. I have given the material. You go through that material, then you can know that what the changes is there. Any doubt?
No, sir.
So it's clear for you all. Is it clear for you all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shall we go for attendance?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. For your CAT 2 examination, you can consider this a simple cubic structure also, because I have taken this question also in either or part. Compton effect and simple cubic structure. You can consider this both. So please answer your attendance. Andraj.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Yeah, present. Gautam Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Guru Prasad. Oh, actually, Guru Prasad is absent. Oh, super. Oh, already attendance is just mentioned here. Kishore Kumar, Maheshwar, Mohammed Azan is absent.
Sir, while logging into
Azan, are you
my
there?
demo, question is record
Sir.
attendance.
Yes, that
Yeah, ma, okay,
new
okay.
update.
But this be the first time I am seeing. No, so it's good. So 52 students are present. 52
Yes,
sir.
students are present. So I will, Just I will dictate the names of the absentees. Please note. Guru Prasad is absent. Kishore Kumar absent. Maheshwaran absent. Mohammed Azan absent. Yokeshwaran absent. Pramati Roy is absent. Yeah, Yokeshwaran present. Good. So Pramati Roy absent from Tripoli department. So for Tripoli department, from Tripoli department, the absentees are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 students are absent. Guru Prasad, Kishore Kumar, Maheshwaran, Mohammed Azan, Pramati Roy. The Tripoli students, they can leave the meeting.
Okay,
Jay
thank you, sir.
Velnathan. Okay, thank you, ma. Thank you. Thanks a lot. From food processing, only one
Thank
is
you,
absent. Yeah, thank you both. Vaibhav Singh only absent from food processing. So the food processing students can also leave. From mining department, Dhoni player absent. Rahul Raj absent. Divahar B absent.
Divagar present, sir.
Yeah, Divahar
Divagar
present.
present, sir.
Okay, Divahar given present. Divahar present. So Dhoni player, Rahul Raj absent. From Naval Arc. Anne Baiju absent. Anne Baiju absent. Rohit. Rohit absent. Kirtika absent. Ram Prasad absent. 4 students absent from Naval Arc department. Anne
Sir,
Baiju.
Mohammed Azam present, sir.
Muhammad Azan present. Okay, Azan, given present. Any other? Kirtika, Ram Prasad, Rohit, Anne Baiju. From petroleum department, all are present. So that's all. So thank you all. So try to submit your second assignment as soon as possible. So I have given that second assignment in the chat box. I have mentioned the due
we
date
have
also.
to search Google and write, sir.
Can't understand, ma.
We have to search in Google and write, sir. That
Yes. You have to search on your own. Okay, so that's why we are just giving this as an assignment. So you have to
How
search
many pages we have to write, sir?
minimum 2 pages, 2 to 3 pages. So give the objective. Definitely we are having the structure. So draw the structure. Once completing the structure, so description is important. Give the description for that. Then users, application, advantages, disadvantages. So these are all things are to be present in your assignment. So it will take minimum 3 pages, I think so.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So stay home, don't go anywhere. So consider me
Yes,
as
sir.
an example.
Okay.
So it's very difficult. And it's very danger also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir.